Hey there, thanks for joining the Christian Media Marketing Show. My name is John. Thanks for spending some time with me and with the Kavanaugh Media crew. On behalf of all of us, we're thankful for all that you are doing to make Jesus famous. And I'm just thankful to spend some time with you today. Thanks for sending us messages, ideas, and actually today's podcast is one that I heard from some of you and was something that I was researching and looking into and am excited to share with you all today. I am doing a lot of traveling this fall. We have a lot of work, a lot of teams, locations. Our one-to-many is continuing to move forward. If you're not sure or have never heard of that yet, you can go back just a few weeks ago where we made the announcement of the partnership where we're doing countrywide initiatives where the mission teams are doing the follow-up on the ground, the face-to-face. We're handling the marketing with local people. We're paying for the technology, and we even have grant money to help pay for the ads. Really excited about this. It's really just an opportunity to let those of you who are on the field do what you went to the field to do, which is to tell people about Jesus. And so it is an honor. It really is to partner with people like you. And so whether you're doing all of your own marketing, you're partnering with us, maybe you're just interested in this subject because you are a church, which is where I was at just last weekend, doing some training with a local church, how to leverage digital technology and media, even for their physical church location, whatever it is. And for whatever reason you find yourself here on today's show, I'm glad you're here. And so I hope that it is a benefit to you. Now, what I want to share with you today is some software that allows you to just type in the words of a certain thing, subject, and then it will create that artwork for you. And I've been researching this for quite a while because there is some open source software that's out there, and there's some stuff on GitHub about this kind of image, maybe just generation using artificial intelligence and machine learning. In fact, the first time I ever used this was from a website that just is called thispersondoesnotexist.com, and it uses computer generated graphics and it makes pictures of people's faces. It looks like a human, but they're not real. It's all computer generated. And so we've used some of those at times in places where we needed to protect a person's identity or whatever. But it really got me going on just the ability of computers and artificial intelligence to help in the creative process of it as well. So I had put my name in several weeks ago for a beta of some software I'm going to be showing you today. And then I've had people reach out to me showing me some of the artwork that they have been able to create. And I think it's fascinating. I don't think it's something you're going to want to always use, but it's pretty interesting what you can do with it just by typing in some words. And with all of this technology and software, it's going to continue to get better and better. So let's dive into it. I'm going to jump into my computer here, and we're going to show you from it's openai.com. And so the software is just called DALL-E, D-A-L-L-E. And if you're just listening to the podcast, I'll put the links to this on the podcast. I'll try to describe it to you today. This might be one of those ones where you want to go to our KavanaughMedia.com website, click on the link. You can go to our YouTube page where you can also just see the video of all of this that we're going through today. So when we're looking at this and you're going to type this in, this is an example of 4 different pieces of art. And I have typed in up here a detailed description. So I got the invite. I got invited in. This is the website for the place that is doing it. And so it's just showing the research behind it, the API, the creating of images from text. And so if you go to this openai.com, that's where you can begin to hear about this. And it's just, if you're looking at some of these computer generated images, if you're watching the YouTube link here, it's really amazing of just how good some of these look. And sometimes it looks pretty ridiculous as well. But it's kind of a neat thing of the whole concept. If you go to their website, you can even see there, then here's the code right there on GitHub. So I got the invite, I got invited in. You start out, you get 50 credits of pictures you can make, and I've made a couple of pictures so far. So this one on the screen is one that just says, I typed in the word hope in the middle of waves in the ocean, and here you go. Here's 4 different versions of it. And they're not perfect. This one's got 2 H's in hope. This one is not bad. This one's not bad. But if you click on it, then you can see a bigger version of that. And there's things that you could do to it. You can come through here. You see, I can erase an area. I can modify something. So if I wanted to, let's go back to that one that had the 2 H's in it. If I wanted to get rid of that 1 H, let's see if we can do that. So I would click on edit, and I'm going to go on this H over here, and I'm going to click on it. And let's see what it does then when I click generate, and see if it gets rid of that. So it's thinking, it's now creating. It's got a picture of a little white fur monster standing in a purple room as it is creating this right now. And you can see I'm not speeding this up or slowing it down. It looks like it takes about 30 seconds for the computer, the artificial intelligence, to go ahead and create the image that you have, the words that you've put into it. So it looks like here we're just about done. And there it is. It has taken that other extra H out, and I like this one, though the E isn't quite visible there. And so I'd go back to it, and I try to see if it could find those words in there better. But this is not bad at all. Pretty cool of creating some of these words. So that's one you can do. You can also upload an image, which is pretty good. We'll try that here in just a second. I had also just typed in this one right here, which is 3 Arab men sitting in a coffee shop reading a Bible. Now this style is one where it looks like it's more almost like a painting, like it was artwork or something, and it doesn't look quite right to me. And so this might be one where I would want to dive in. I'm looking at the faces. Maybe it's just the style that they're doing there, but the idea, and some of the ones that I have seen from others, are this style, almost like a painted type of look, some digital art in that kind of way. So let's try another one. I'm going to go back here, and let's see how it does with using other languages. So I'm going to put the word for peace here. So ping an in a field of grass. So ping an is a Chinese word. It means peace. So we're going to say the word ping an in a field of grass, and I'm going to hit generate. And so once again, it's going to go through this process. It's going to take it may not take even quite as long. I don't know. Maybe the more words you put in there, as I've read about it, the more detail, in some ways, the more confusing it can be to the artificial intelligence as it's trying to figure this out. So I would hope that this one would be pretty simple. So we're just about done. It looks like here processing it, and we'll see what comes up. All right, so ping an in a field of grass did not generate anything of what I was looking for here. It's still doing that hope one. Let me get rid of that hope. I think that's what messed it up. So it used that original hope picture and then tried to add some grass to it. Let's try it again. I'm going to do just this phrase, peace or ping an in a field of grass, and we'll see if it does better. As you're using tools like this, I could envision us using these as backgrounds or images for maybe a B-roll in a video, or it could be in your Facebook ad. You could put scripture text over the top of some of these images. Could be another way that we could use them as the metaverse and 3D world start to come about. You'll see more there And so here we go. It did not take the Chinese word at all. It just created 4 really kind of interesting pictures of grass or fields of grass. And so it looks like you're going to need to play with it as you are using these different things. So let's try then here. Longer specific descriptions tend to work best, it says. All right, well, let's upload an image here, and we're going to go through, and I'm going to take this image and I'm going to upload it. All right, and then here we go. So we're going to bring this one over here. We're going to crop it. I'm going to bring it in, and I'm going to generate some variations of this picture of a person sitting by the side of water, sitting on top of a fishing bucket, it looks like, and they're working on something with their hands, or they're thinking about something there. So let's see. We'll let this dive into it and see what it creates from this image. Looks like it's just about done. And then I'm going to talk about a little bit more about some of the ramifications. So here we go. So there's the original image, and then it's created some other versions of some people just sitting by a bay, by the ocean. These aren't bad at all either. Pretty interesting ones. So I have so far created 6 different variations. I have 50 credits, which means I can make 50 pictures as I get going into it. All right, and so this is just a really cool way for you to maybe make some background images. And I think it's going to get better and better with VR, with the metaverse, with some of these ways of gamification of software and of images. All of this is going to continue to help us make better and better creative assets, videos, images, all of that. So that's DALL-E, D-A-L-L-E, and I will go ahead and give you the link to that then in the podcast show. All right, so that's it. That's what I wanted to show you today, is just a little bit of something for you to go out, try to sign up, get a beta invite to it, and then just play with it. See what kind of images you can create with it, and look to see if there's some that you might do that you can create some Bible images with, or some background images with it as well. All right, next week I've got some more software and some more ideas of some ways that you can do some creative marketing no matter where you are around the world. And so I hope that you will check in to the show, that you will subscribe, that you will share it with other people. We try to not make this too long of a show, so it's usually going to just be about 10 to 20 minutes in length. So share it with somebody else. Let them know. If they're just drinking a cup of coffee, they can listen in. Sometimes it'll be a lot of visual, like today's show, but a lot of times it's just the information that, even as they listen to the podcast, I hope will be a benefit to them and to you. As always, if you have an idea, which is like this one, this show came from you all, from those who are listening and watching. If you have ideas, something you think would be important to share, we would love to hear it, and we would love to be able to share that with as many people as possible. And as I always say, let's make Jesus famous. Let's keep pushing forward. I hope this helps you to be able to do that. So until next time, take care and God bless.